For today's video, I'll be sharing some insights about Fluval Bug Bites that could help save you money if you use these products with your fish. This video was inspired by a recent one from Rebecca, but more on that later. Also, I want to quickly mention that I'm actually a big fan of Fluval Bug Bites and I use them as a staple food in my fish room, and I do plan to keep using them moving forward. Anyway, getting into the video, and here's a screenshot from eBay showing the Fluval Bug Bites tropical formula, and as you can see I have the 45 gram tub selected, which is priced at £6.99. Now if we look at this next screenshot of Fluval Bug Bites Cichlid formula, you'll see the same 45 gram tub is selected, but this one costs £7.50. I know the difference isn't that big, but with the current cost of living being so high, every little helps, especially if you buy your fish food in bulk and go with the more expensive 500 gram bags. Now if we head over to the official Fluval website and we find the Bug Bites section, then we scroll down to select the Bug Bite Granule tubs, and you will see a breakdown of each of the products in the range. I've opened the Fluval Bug Bites Tropical and Cichlid formula pages just to match the examples that I used on eBay to show the different prices earlier. So we scroll down on both of these pages until we get to the label info section, which is what I'm interested in for this part of the video. I'll take screenshots from each page to make the comparisons easier in the video, but I'll link to both of these pages in the description if you want to check them out yourself. So let's play a quick game of spot the difference, and on top we have the food composition of the tropical formula, and on the bottom we have the Cichlid formula. As you can see, both of them are identical to each other, so we'll quickly move on to the macronutrient breakdown, and again, as you can see, both of them are exactly the same. Now let's check the additives in the food to improve their nutritional value, but again, as you can see, both of them are identical to each other. At this point you might be thinking that the granule size is different because one of these products is marketed for tropical fish while the other is specialised for cichlids. So if we take a look at the product sales page at the top, you can see that the tropical granules are sized at 1.4 to 2 millimeters, and the cichlid granules are also 1.4 to 2 millimeters. Now I may be wrong, but to me these do look like the exact same product in tubs with different marketing labels on them at different price points. Now I also want to quickly clarify that to my knowledge Fluval recommends that these products be sold at the exact same price. However, once distributors and local fish stores purchase these products from Fluval, they are free to set their own pricing and adjust things as they see fit. So if you are keeping cichlids in your fish room and notice that the cichlid formula of Bug Bites is more expensive in your area, then consider giving the regular tropical formula a try to save money. My guess is that Fluval just keeps their production line running with the tropical formula and then labels it differently just to get a slice of the cichlid market. This probably lets them streamline their production for the foods while expanding into the cichlid market, because there's a lot of cichlid specialist food out there right now, while keeping the costs for Fluval as low as possible to produce both products. Now I'm not a cichlid guy, I'm more on the anabantoid, the nanofish and the shrimp side of the hobby. So because of this I have no experience with cichlids at all, so I really don't know what you should be feeding them, so I can't say for sure if these foods meet the nutritional needs of cichlids or not. But that brings me back to Rebecca, who I mentioned earlier, whose recent video inspired me to make this one. She's a fish biologist and she works with Plecos at a high level, and that brings me over to her recent video that I'll link in the description, where she focuses on the Fluval Pleco sticks. Again, I am more on the anabantoid, nanofish and shrimp side of the hobby, so I have no idea what you should be feeding your Plecos. I've never kept them, so I am going by what Rebecca says in her videos for this one. She says that most Plecos are detritivores and algaevores, so selling the bug-based food targeted towards Plecos is a little questionable. So let's play Spot the Difference again, but this time it's with Fluval Bug Bites Pleco sticks and Fluval Bug Bites bottom feeder granules. We're going to start with the food composition, and again, as you can see in the screenshots, both of them are exactly the same. Then we'll take a look at the macronutrient breakdown, and again, as you can see on the screen, they are both identical. Finally, let's take a look at the additives in the food to increase their nutritional value, but as you can probably guess from this stage of the video, again, they are both the same. Now fair play to Fluval for this one, because they do actually show both products as different models of the same product on their sales pages if you do look close enough. The problem is that these Pleco sticks are obviously marketed towards Plecos, and the packaging clearly claims that it's a complete food directly on the label. Judging by Rebecca's video, this really doesn't hit the mark for a huge number of Plecos in the hobby, and yes, it might be fine for a few that do prefer a more carnivorous diet, but like Rebecca said, a lot of them are detritivores and algaevores. It just seems to be something similar to the whole Fluval Beta Premium kit tank that was released a few years back that was only 2.6 US gallons in size, and not surprisingly it got a huge amount of pushback from the betta fish keeping community. It actually got so bad that Fluval had to publish a post on social media in response to the pushback, claiming that they had consulted with species experts, biologists, breeders, speciality groups and advanced hobbyists. I know that betta fish tank size is a controversial topic, but this tank kit's been on the market for years now and it still gets torn down time and time again on social media and Reddit whenever a beginner asks if it's a good product. Just because a betta fish can survive in a 2.6 gallon tank doesn't mean that it should have to, in a similar sense to how some Pleco varieties may be able to survive on a bug based food, but it doesn't mean all of them should have to or that they even can. To me it does seem like Fluval are starting to rely on their branding and their reputation, and they're just hoping that people see a Fluval logo on a product and buy it without doing any other research. Now just to reiterate what I said back at the start of the video, I'm a huge fan of Fluval Bug Bites and it's one of the staple foods that I use in my fish room. The majority of my fish love it, so do my shrimp, and I do plan to keep using it moving forward with the species I personally keep. But like I said earlier in the video, I don't keep cichlids or plecos, so it might be a good idea to do some in-depth research into the nutritional needs of each species if you keep them in your fish room to make sure you are meeting their needs. As I pointed out earlier in the video, the Bug Bites Tropical formula and the Bug Bites Cichlid formula seem to be the same thing in the tub, so just buy whatever's cheaper in your area. If you are keeping Plecos, check out Rebecca's channel that I link in the description, as she's doing a series reviewing a wide range of different foods that are on the market for Plecos and sharing her expert opinions on them, so I'm sure she'll have some good recommendations for Pleco keepers. Anyway guys, that brings the video to an end. I hope that it's been helpful. Thanks for watching and have a good day.